Good evening. This is your weekly Wemix Report, and I am your host, Daniel Draghi, where you will find all of your headlines, announcements, and changes to the Wemix Weconomy. First up, June 23rd marked the release of the new MIR IP in the Korean region without blockchain integration, while the global play-to-earn version should be out by the end of this year, similar to how MIR 4 was released, but without as much of a lag behind the region-locked version. MIR M, Vanguard, and Vagabond, an MMORPG that attempts to bring PvP and PvE players together in a world where they can choose the path of the Vanguard that specializes in PvP, or a Vagabond which specializes in crafting and other PvE elements. It was also released as a cross-platform title with PC and mobile support. It is unclear at this time if the global version will be supported on Apple devices or not. Wemix also announced the onboarding of C9 and MU Legends, which have mixed to mostly positive reviews on Steam, but have not aged terribly well. C9, or Content of the Ninth Seal, and MU Legends are currently available on Steam and the VFun launcher. C9 is an action RPG that has high praises from longtime players for its high mechanical PvP combat using a unique ability combo system. You can also get away with playing this game on a potato-powered toaster with a stable Ethernet connection. MU Legends, or MU Legends, is another ARPG with an isometric camera like that of Diablo, with 5 starting classes that branch out into 25 subclasses, with many more abilities available to you than you will ever be able to use at one time, to cause creative builds based upon random gear progression as players adapt to make the most out of the RNG hand they have been dealt. Wemix recently announced that they will be a main sponsor of the G-Star 2022 event held in Busan, South Korea in November, where they are expected to show off Ymir and Nightcrow, which is a working title. G-Star is an annual trade show for the video game industry presented by the Korea Association of Gaming Industry. Our final headline is a feel-good puff piece to leave you warm and gooey on the inside, where Wemix signed an agreement to donate 1 billion won worth of Wemix to Sogang University, which made news for establishing the first metaverse graduate school featuring both master's and doctoral degrees. The donation was to create a virtual asset management resource center to conduct legal system research on virtual assets. I am not sure what that means, but if I see a bunch of poor college kids invading my server with OP NFTs, I might have to enroll. Our next segment, with your favorite games,
play to earn, patch notes, always changing shit.
In no particular order, we have a few major updates to MIR 4. Most notably, the Beach and Castle heist will allow clans to attack and steal revenue from the castle holders. These clans can be from the native server or an expedition for the event and will hopefully lead to some interesting battles. They are also trying to combat abuse in the game by prohibiting players with a negative PK alignment from entering the valleys where the majority of dark steel is mined. They also reduced the number of Wayfarer scrolls needed to switch servers and added new expedition missions and a legendary spirit. The most recent wave of bans has brought the total number of accounts to over 13.5 million. I am also really excited to see the Wemix token listed on the Kucoin exchange, as that is my primary exchange that I use for all transactions outside of MetaMask or a gaming wallet. If you would like to join Kucoin, feel free to use my link in the description. I'm not sure what that will do for you on the exchange, but as far as I am concerned, our souls will be bonded and intertwined for eternity. In other game news, Rise of Stars added a lucky credit box package to the store for $50 for 1 week only, as well as added rewards of 10 premium transmit tickets for all players who link their Wemix wallet to their account. Remember that you may only link one Wemix wallet to any game account, and it can never be unlinked again or changed. There are some other quality of life improvements and bug fixes, but this stupid cheater is still running 10 alt accounts in my server and was reported over 5 days ago by at least half a dozen players. Also, $50 could buy you and your whole family an entire fleet of Tier 2 warship carriers each. I'm just saying. Yulgang is disabling guest login in all unlinked accounts, as well as they just finished their second major server merge, dividing the total number of servers by 4, where the first merge was by 2. I am not sure who is still enjoying this game, but the price has gone up 40% in the previous week, from 5 10,000ths of a Wemix to 7 10,000ths. So there is that. Players are to receive 150 bound ingots, a character rename card, and a guild rename card, so if you wanted to purge out, now would be the best time to get away with it. Dark Eden is incorporating a system to reduce refining fees, as well as grant a large PvP power boost to players based upon how many Debco they hold in their wallet, starting at 500 all the way up to 10,000. Instead of allowing players and bots to collect medals at all times, it has now been restricted to a 2-hour window and the rewards have been greatly increased. All of these improvements seem very familiar. It's almost as if this very show did a video on similar suggestions for the perfect play-to-earn game, and someone in high places is also a member of the blockchain gang. It's okay, I don't need credit. Having a better game is rewarding enough in itself, as well as devs who listen. 4Gods has increased their security to deal with hackers and cheaters in the game to, quote, protect you from rogue users through brutal punishment. That sounds metal as fuck. They also added a new region, a second level to the Tower of Departed, and of course, new cash shop items. They increased the number of red gems you can hold from 100 million to a billion. My first question is, for whom? They started a 5th new airdrop event only for players who purchase another $44 green gem only package, which leads me to my second question of why, if you haven't finished rewarding the airdrops you promised at launch months ago. They also added some red gem items to the shop, which raised my final question, and this here is a two-parter that consists of both what, as in what the hell are you smoking, and where is it commercially available for purchase? Allow me to explain what happens when you don't pay attention enough in math class. 2,000 green gems is about $29, or you can buy the same item for 20 million red gems, which come out to $72 at the current market value, if you earn them through the game or bought them on the market. Why would anyone use your token if it's going to cost them 250% more in order for them to do so? That is bad, 4Gods. For that, you have to sit in the corner with the dunce cap on so everyone can laugh at you for your antisocial behavior. Moving on to Crypto Ball Z, we have a breath of fresh air that made it easier to compete for free players with selection packages, free artifact upgrades, and type battles, added more chances to earn an NFT, and created a burn mechanic to upgrade NFTs at random without any type of pity system, which I am definitely not a fan of, but I recently released a video covering these Season 4 updates, so I won't go into more detail here. Commander Sora was so upset about the recent server issues and unscheduled maintenance that she sent everyone $20 worth of seasonal upgrades. Not much to report on every town except that they added a system to help you generate more hearts by holding 50 Flaro tokens for a 50% bonus or 100 tokens for a 300% bonus, as well as the ability to watch ads in order to progress faster. Look, I appreciate the ability for devs to add ads to their free games to allow free players a way to experience paid content without a financial contribution of their own, but there is no need for it in a game where a player can earn and use those earnings in the cash shop if they so desire. In fact, we don't even need a cash shop anymore, but that is another debate for another day. However, if you are going to have ads, you should make everyone watch the ads unless they purchase some sort of premium lifetime package for a reasonable price. I don't know if it is worse to lose and feel like you lost because you didn't watch enough ads, or feeling like you only won because you watched more ads than your opponent. Is this generation's equivalent of Get Good going to be watch more? It is also lame to give someone double rewards for something just because they watched an ad. I just used all of my game knowledge, mechanical skill, decision-making ability, and reflexes to vanquish a dragon the size of a school bus for the past 15 minutes to earn the exact same reward you're going to give me for watching a 15-second ad of another video game? ASU and Riders of Icarus were recently released on the Wemix blockchain, so we should have an update ready for the next episode.
Smoke weed every day.
Gunship Battle Conflict Crypto underwent a server merge last week that reduced another 6 servers down to 3, and then opened up a new server the next day. They increased the level cap from 28 to 30 and started an event that reduced the construction cost of all buildings to 1 titanium, greatly reducing the demand for it and slapping everyone in the face who already spent loads of money to max out their construction while it was at full price. This coincides with another airdrop to see a sharp decline in price while most tokens are up across the board with new measures in place. And that brings this segment to a close.
Play to earn. Patch notes. Always changing shit.
Up next on Token Watch, we will do a weekly rundown of the token winners and losers. Wemix itself is up 1.5% this week to $2.77. The OG Draco coin fell 3% from last week to 66 thousandths of a Wemix, along with Hydra at 1.92 Wemix. Hydra is at stage 22 of 500 in refinement, while nearly 10% of all Draco has been smelted. There are just over 2 million Hydra currently staked at 57% APY. Slitherum is also down 3% from last week, Milko is down 10% to 12 thousandths, and TIG is up as mentioned previously. Debco is up 12% at a tenth of a Wemix. Herco has seen over a 40% drop to 42 thousandths over the past week, while Lux fell to 5% at 14 hundredths of a Wemix. Flero is up 20% at 26 hundredths, and Anitas is up 40% over the past week at 17 hundredths. Rhea is down 10% to 2/10ths of a Wemix, but keep in mind that these last two tokens have been traded for less than a month in total. Up next, are your NFTs giving you cancer? Find out after these messages from our sponsors during our NFTea Party. Welcome back to the NFTea Party of the week. Taking a look at the MIR4 market first. The new mount is selling for about 29 Hydra on the EXD market. Epic equipment is ranging from 15 to 50 Hydra. Epic magic stones are between 2 and 8 Hydra, while sealed materials are starting around 2 Hydra. We have seen a recent surge of character NFTs flooding the market last week, where we saw a total of around 2,000 characters listed out of 45,000 total minted. Now we see 2,500 listed out of a total of 47,000. This could be a result of people who purchased NFTs for the sole reason of killing others in the valley for their alternate accounts who are no longer able to do so because of the most recent patch notes. This increase in supply has not seen an increase in demand, which has caused prices to drop from a base of 17 Wemix to 13 Wemix, with a ton of amazing deals being bought up for stronger characters. Last week, an average of 415 NFTs were purchased each day, while this week we have seen an increase to 430, but that is nowhere near enough to match the extra listings. Around 30% of these were sold for 20 Wemix or less. Half of them were sold between 20 and 100 Wemix. 50 were between 100 and 500 Wemix, while 10 were sold for over 500 Wemix, with 10,000 Wemix being the highest sale of the week. Arbalist is still the most listed and most sold character class, followed by the Sorcerer, Taoist, Warrior, and then Lancer. In Mirage, we can expect at least 3,600 NFTs for the valleys and a few more for the new boss raids. For Beach and Valley, you would need around 115,000 Mirage power score, 215,000 for Snake Valley, and 320,000 for Red Moon if you want to avoid being kicked out early according to last season's results. Moving on to Rise of Stars, we see around 600 warship carriers listed with a base price of 1 Wemix for both T1 and T2 ships. So it looks like nobody is able to sell their T1s until they upgrade them because 1 Wemix is the lowest price listing available. T3s range from 7 to 20 Wemix. There is 1 T4 listed for 98 Wemix and 1 T5 for 166. There are 35,000 total warships owned by approximately 13,000 wallets. In Crypto Ball Z, a rear commander is going for around 1.35 Wemix, an epic for 12 Wemix, and a mythic for 250, but there are no legendaries on the market currently. 139 total NFTs are listed, with a total supply at the time of this recording of 7,100 spread across 3,500 wallets. This has been Daniel Draghi with your Wemix Weekly Report. I hope you like and subscribe so we can do this again sometime. WeMade recently announced that they will be a main sponsor of the G-Star 2022 event held in Busan, South Korea in November, where they are expected to show off Ymir and Nightcrow, which is a working title. Kitty! WeMade recently announced they will... Kitty! Get out!